Alright, so what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another Pokemon discussion video. And today, people, we're going to be talking about something that actually came up and I wanted to actually elaborate on and talk about, because just recently, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, I uploaded a video about the reboot leaks from the Riddler himself. And a couple days after that, Nintendo's doing legal actions to him. And me and Ndukauba had a discussion the exact same day that the video went out. So now we're here because a lot of the comments were really crazy. So if you guys want to get involved, we can. But Ndukauba, say hi because he's here again.
Hello, everyone. Today I'll keep my intro civil. So hello. That is all.
I don't think it mattered. Ndukauba, what are you talking about? Wait a minute. But pretty much everybody, when I covered the leaks, because what happened was me and Ndukauba recorded the video and the next day it went out. Literally, Ndukauba, that exact same day, the Chinese Riddler guy, you know who he is, right?
Yeah.
The guy that leaked Sun and Moon. A lot of Sun and Moon stuff was leaked through this guy. So he's very reliable, and he came out and said that the game's going to be a reboot. He didn't say soft, he didn't say hard, just a reboot to the series, and that was it. And everybody assumed that it was going to be a Kanto reboot. It was going to be a new black and white game, and I figured, why not elaborate more on this topic in the discussion? So today's discussion is going to be, is it going to be a Kanto reboot, or is it going to be a new game entirely? Which one do we want, and which one are they probably going to do for the next new generation of Pokemon? I'm pretty sure a lot of people have already left their paragraphs in the old video, but we're here actually having this is the real discussion. It's here. But I think I'm gonna let you go first, because I want to see how you feel about everything.
Okay, so I remember we were talking about this not that long ago, and I said if it's a Kanto reboot, then more than likely, because I mean they've already, I won't really say reboot, but I guess kind of quote unquote remastered with Fire Red Leaf Green on the Game Boy Advance. So Kanto's already been redone once. If they do reboot it this time, I don't think it's gonna be, just the same old game and then, just updated graphics, or, with the new combat style, or however the new Pokemon game is gonna be. For those of you guys who probably don't remember, I'm pretty sure you guys do, there was that new Pokemon move that came out not that long ago, and that was quote unquote a reboot of Ash's Adventure through Kanto and whatnot. He had different partners. Pokemon from all sorts of different regions were in Kanto, etc., etc. And I think that if it was going to be a Kanto reboot, they would more than likely take the route from that movie. I'm not sure how well received that movie was, because I personally didn't watch it. I know a lot of people were tripping because Pikachu quote unquote talked in that movie, and it just threw everybody off. But yeah, if it's a Kanto reboot, I think that's more than likely the route that they're going to go with. I'm old school, so I would just be like, yo, look, Kanto, what they did with Fire Red Leaf Green, making you go to different places like the islands and whatnot, get different spots to catch Moltres. I'll be like, that's fine with me. But going too far off, the main path will kind of throw me off. If it's Gen 5, I see that working.
All new Pokemon, all new region, all new OST, all new characters, all new features.
Yeah,
obviously
just
some
something
returning features, something completely new.
Yeah, something completely brand new. I'm talking about brand new 151 all new Pokemon, which I mean at this point they've practically done everything. So if they can come up with another 151 new Pokemon, that's crazy. 100. Yeah, at least 100. But I'm talking about very least 100 brand new Pokemon, new region, new OST, new way to play, all that stuff. I'm fine with that too. I don't really see I guess a reboot in the sense of it being how Gen 1 was, or how Gen 5 came through, as a bad thing, because all in all I think they would work out pretty well.
I think for me, I'm all for anyone. I think the thing about the Switch is it's a brand new console, the first console of its typing. Honestly, it's a hybrid. It's literally a handheld and a home console put together. And Nintendo's very traditional. Pokemon is very first gen oriented. First gen is in every generation. There's not one generation where there's not a hint of first gen in. and it's like, okay, so here's this brand new console, and by new, it's the first of its kind, right? And here is basically a retelling of everything that happened in Red and Blue, but then let's actually incorporate everything in there with the timeline that we've already established. Because you know that there's 2 timelines in Pokemon. Now, there's the one with Mega Evolutions and the one without.
Right.
So it's okay, let's actually elaborate more, but this time early on, right? So instead of like the Pokemon movie, it could be like the Pokemon Origins thing, where it's like, oh hey, here's Mega Evolution in 6th gen or in 1st gen. You know, I'm all for it. Either one, I'm all for. As long as they have like some type of like, I guess, new stuff, like, oh, you can travel to Johto after Reddit's adventures. If you wanted to go battle it, it doesn't matter to me. Travel to other spots, it's fine. The islands, that's cool. Everything's, you got to think about it. It's whatever the game is, it's a reboot. So essentially, that can be taken in any way. So Kanto Reboot, even though everybody's tired of 1st gen, we've never seen Kanto in that light. We've only seen it in like 8-bit from the first original games, whatever bit version that was Fire and Leaf Green, and then Crystal and stuff like that. But this is a 3D, like, this is a full open world game. Not open world game, but like this is like a 3D upscale, like retelling, remaster, if you will. It's like, this thing is huge. So I'm not against that, because I can play Red and Blue and have no issues. I don't care about being tired of it. I play Pokemon every single day. You know what I'm saying? What's a better version of games I already know about? It's like playing Oris. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, here's Oris for like the 50th time I played Ruby and Sapphire, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. Now, this is another one I'm for. A new game entirely. Now, like I said, a reboot, when you say reboot, you think it's it's restarting, right? But essentially, because everybody in the comment section of the last video brought it up, essentially might be, because somebody was like, essentially, okay, anyway, basically, reboot could be taken in any way, but I remember somebody put in the comment section from the last video that Black and White were reboots. They were supposed to be reboots, and they were taken as reboots because, if you remember, everything like after 1st gen, 2nd gen was more of an extension. 3rd gen was an all new like thing, but they still had some remnants of 1st. 4th gen was evolutions of Pokemon from 1st, but 5th gen was an all new cast of things. There was all new Pokemon in Black and White. You can only get those Pokemon in Black and White. And that's essentially, it's a reboot. And then 6th gen comes along, and now you have all the Pokemon available to you. It's a big migration and stuff. And here's 7th gen with all the Pokemon available to you. So it's like, okay, cool. That's fine, right? Like, it's cool. But let's talk about Black and White when it came out. Black and White when it came out, everybody was ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? We went from Heart Gold, Soul Silver to the first Castelia City trailer. Remember that little promo where it was like, they were like, it was on the dock. It was like the little bay area where he was just running through, and it was everybody was so blown back by the scales of the buildings. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Now, my thing about that is, imagine, oh my goodness, wherever they decide to go, right? Whether it's Italy, wherever they wanted to go, right? Asia, because there's like rumors and stuff out there, but I think Italy is the place where where all the rumors and stuff are saying. If we're going to Italy, imagine like every like historical landmark in Italy, and basically in a Pokemon style, like, you know how they have a Stonehenge and X and Y, it's like that. Imagine like a Pokemon version of that, the scale of everything in there. It's like, this would be perfect. I would love that. Like, it's a feeling of nostalgia where it's like, hey, I can't wait for Korokoro next month, or oh, I can't wait for Pokemon to put out a trailer next month. I can't wait for this and that. And when they show it, it's like, oh my God, because that's essentially what's about to happen. What's about to happen is you're about to get out of the 3DS era. We're about to go straight into the Switch. When when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, that was the DS era, and it was still like, you know, that transition from Black and White from Heart Gold and Soul Silver is still so major, but it's people take it for granted now, because it's like either you were there when it happened or you weren't. But now we're here in this transitional period again, and now it's time for some big changes to come in. So I'm all for 100 to like 150 Pokemon being introduced. I'm all for a whole new region as long as it's colorful and like somewhat open world ish,
like unique. Yeah,
like as long as it's like hey, this game is dope, but like let me go back to play X and Y again. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like granted, you're gonna have your
wait.
Nuzlockers, but it's like this game has to be like unique. It has to stand out. This is the first Nintendo Switch Pokemon game, and we won't get one for the next 2 to 3 years following. So this has to hold.
All I want to say real quick is
go ahead.
If the region is in Italy, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm fine with the game being in any region because like so far, like all the unique regions that they take in have been solid. You know, if they bring it to Italy, I just want to see what they're going to do with like the major landmark, which is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Because if I'm not mistaken, which one was it? X and Y, they took the Eiffel Tower and made that into the electric gym, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So it's like I love seeing like stuff like unique like that. You know, that's pretty cool. Like if they were to like make one in New York, for example, then I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, maybe like the Plaza Hotel.
If Castelli City was modeled after New York, and it was like, it's still a crazy important place. That's actually the center. Like, technically it's Nimbasa, but it's in the middle somewhere. Like, it's in the middle region of Unova.
Yeah.
So it's still like a big landmark. This is modeled after New York City. Come on, dude.
Bruh. I can't wait to see how the game is going to play out like, man.
Honestly,
that game's going to be awesome.
But I think for me, like I said, this game, it's going to, if we're talking soft reboot like Black and White are supposed to be, then I'm all for it. I'm all for 120 some Pokemon. I'm all for whatever gimmick they have, because you know they're gonna have a gimmick. They're gonna have a gimmick. They're not getting. They're like, it's one of those things where it's like when Sun and Moon came out, right? And everybody thought Mega Evolutions were gonna come because of the Z moves. As soon as you beat Sun and Moon, you get the Mega Stone. So obviously, in this game, they're going to bring the Z moves, they're going to bring the Megas, but there's going to be a gimmick that's going to, like, change it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, like, the next feature in battle, or maybe they might take the new battle system approach and just do something with that regardless. So it's just one of those things where it's like, this game, it's not going to be a bad game. Come on, dog. This is Pokemon we're talking about. They make quality shit. But it's going to be unique in the sense where it's like everything is all new if we're talking soft reboot. Because if we're talking soft reboot, everything from scratch besides whatever old Pokemon they decide to bring over is like everything's here. Maybe some cameos from some Pokemon trainers, maybe some references to like, because you know they're always going to have a reference to like Red or Blue.
Yeah,
they always do. They literally always do.
They definitely
have some reference.
They definitely did in freaking Sun and Moon,
right? Like, oh my god, the trainer, the Professor Oak's son, and shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, like they're always gonna have references.
Like
so
Red and
like,
Blue were in the game.
So it's like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I'm all for either or when it comes to whether it's a Kanto remake or a new game entirely. I'm all for both. There is no like this like split end for me. I know a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are like not fucking with the idea of Kanto, and that's fine, because if you played through Fire Red, Leaf Green, if you played through Red and Blue, I'm pretty sure you'd be tired of it too. But you got to think of like, they wouldn't just give you Kanto by itself again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you've been through it many times before. Those games are like what, almost 2 decades old. About to be, it's on the Pokemon's in its 20th year, right?
Pokemon been around since I was a kid.
21st, 22nd. Like, come on, dog. Like, they're not about to give you Kanto and not give you like some type of gimmick or some type of like add-on to it to make it enjoyable and seem fresh and brand new.
I mean, they did that with freaking Fire Red, Leaf Green. I mean, obviously Gen 1 is the OG, so I mean that's the start of it all. Fire Red, Leaf Green, they gave us the islands. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I'm pretty sure if they were to remake Kanto, they're going to give us something like brand new, like possibly on top of what they already gave us. But if there is one thing that I'm trying to figure out right now is, and you were just saying this earlier, you know, in was it X and Y, you know, they gave us Mega Stones and all that stuff, right? And then what is it? Sun and Moon gave us the Z moves. What more could they give us? I don't know.
This is actually the best. This is actually the the best time to bring this up, right? You guys, y'all know I stay on top of my shit with these rumors and these leaks and shit. So before Nintendo decided to go send the police after all the little leakers and shit and the rumor guys and shit, because I want you guys to know the Chinese Riddler is in some legal trouble right now. Because after that little it's a reboot comment, we haven't heard from him since.
My man disappeared. My man became
and a lot of leakers are starting to do that too. A lot of leakers started to disappear again. So they're leaking shit, and it's about that time because Nintendo's not having it this time. They're gonna try to prevent that. But before all that legal stuff started happening, there was a rumor started out of nowhere. Like this random ad, because all the good shit happens out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's popular. There was a comment that was made by some Spanish leaker / rumor guy who's inside, and essentially they basically said there's going to be like a futuristic tone to this place.
Futuristic.
So imagine, I think like maybe they might have like armor for Pokemon to like enhance it. I don't know. That's too far fetched. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure if you guys are on like all these little rumor forums and stuff like that, you've seen this stuff before. It's been like 2 or 3 days since it came out. It's like, hey, it's like a cyber change, something like that. Like it's a futuristic tones here. So imagine like a futuristic Italy. I don't know what's going on, but look, I'm all for it. Whatever happens, I just know, whatever. It might be too far fetched. I'm not saying it's 100% real. I'm just saying it's all pure coincidence. How all these leakers starting to come out, these reliable guys starting to come out. Nintendo's sending out the guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's too there. It makes no. It's right there. So it's like, I don't know. It might just be somebody pulling out the ass. I don't know, but it's just something to keep out in there. It's just something to keep out there. Make sure that you just have it in your mind in case something gets confirmed or something like that. You never know. Yeah. But apparently, like the change is like a cybernetic thing. So, all right, we're back. I'm sorry. I apologize. I had a brief interruption. Yeah. Jesus Christ. But that's what I was saying. It's just something to have. But apparently, the changes are futuristic. So my assumption would be, maybe that's part of the gimmick. Maybe like like I said, it's too far fetched. Maybe it's just me throwing shit out there. Maybe we might get Pokemon with armor. Pokemon, like we might get some maybe a new typing probably, or like some major ass steel Pokemon. Like some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like something to add on to that theme if it's real. You never know. Right. But maybe that's part of the gimmick. Is it's like a cyber thing. I don't know. It's something that's just out there. But like I said, all that stuff's just out there, up for discussion. We're off topic. But I guess with that being said, that's going to be it for this one, I guess.
Indeed.
We'll come back for the next little Pokemon discussion video, because I actually do enjoy having these conversations with not only the Koopa, but you guys in the comment section. I do read those comment sections, obviously, but I decided to just make this be one thing. So let me know in the comment section, which one would you like most? Would you like
wait.
What?
There's one thing I want to ask the comment section.
Go ahead,
I think this would be pretty cool. You guys already know, the newest typing to come to Pokemon in recent years is the Fairy type. If Gen 8 were to bring a brand new typing, which type would you like to see as that
Everybody's
new type?
gonna say light, dog.
Hey, yo, light and darks? Wait, well, there's already a dark type. I'm tripping.
Everybody's gonna say light.
But hey, a light type, though, that'd be clean. That would be clean, bro. You can't even sit there and lie.
It'd be alright. I mean, my thing, this is my thing. My thing is, Fairy is essentially light type.
Yeah.
Like Psychic and Dark were already polar opposites, but then Fairy basically solidified, hey, this is what the light, that's what they say. Fairies are light. They're part of that. They're part of that wording in that group. You know what I'm saying? So it's here's that. Unless they make a lunar type, but then they have ghosts already.
Yeah.
It all counts towards something. It's just different variations and names of it.
Dang, that. But I still think they would pull something, bruh.
It has to be something. Unless they wanna, they could pull something like uranium, or they might bring how Shadow Pokemon were, but not Shadow Pokemon.
Yeah.
How there's a type for every Pokemon. There's a type that's super effective towards everything, but everything is super effective towards it. Kind of like how Pokemon and Uranium has. They have this this like I forgot what it's called typing, but it's super effective towards anything, but anything can super effective hit you.
So it's a glass cannon.
Essentially. So everything hits hard, but if it doesn't kill, you're gone. So
that'd be cool.
Cool. Basically, I'm down for it. But answer the question, if there was a typing, what would you guys like? And also, between a Kanto and a soft reboot, like how Black and White is, which one would you guys like the most? I think we've already solidified where we stand on it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out Ndukauba in the description section below. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Bye.
Light the leaf, we glowing tree, and you can call it therapy. Take a sip, or 2 or 3. I close my eyes, I feel at peace. Break down the weed, pass the Dutch, we putting on it. The fuck is up?